Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this week's edition of Tea and Tuesday. And today, by the way, I have two videos on my channel, so don't miss out, because I'm also participating today in a really fun hop with a lot of my Secret Not Secret Kit Club scrappy friends. We're collaborating with page maps again this month. I think it's the third time we do that. So I will have two videos up today. Wow. So this week in my Tea and Tuesday, I took a step back from my story, The First 60 Years, to work in this year's reading and watching TN. If you recall, I've already been through this a little bit with you, things that I'm watching and reading this year. I've discovered some lovely cooking shows. I gave myself a treat around Christmas time of BritBox and Acorn, because I don't have cable of any kind. So basically I have Netflix, BritBox, and Acorn, and that's where I stream a lot of the shows that I watch. And of course, always my beloved tennis, which I talk your ear off about, and I record in 12 by 12 layouts, as well as sometimes in my traveler's notebooks. So today I'm talking about a recent buy. Well, both of them are recent buys, but a very favorite genre, as well as series within that genre. So I love to read cozy mysteries. I've talked about it before. I recorded it in my arts and culture notebook here, and that started all the way back with Nancy Drew. I love cozies because they are easy, light reads. They are entertaining to a certain extent, a little bit of escapism. They're not overly serious. There's no drama. They don't make me sad. And I like, when I'm watching shows and I'm reading, I like them to be something that is going to distract me from everyday stress, everyday life, and not put more drama or sadness. I find there's enough of that in the news. So my favorite type of book to read is a cozy mystery, and one of my favorite series in that is the Laura Child's Tea Shop Mysteries. I just love them. It's the tea shop seems to be quaint, and there's some charm and elegance, and I love all the characters. They're a little quirky. I just love the series. They talk about tea. I love tea, all sorts of different types of tea, so I get a little bit of tea education in there. Some lovely recipes for tea sandwiches, scones, yummy soups. So, and that's sort of particular a little bit to cozies. I think Sarah Scraps mentioned that the other day when she was doing a tea and spread on a series. There's often food involved, and Laura Childs actually has another series in which the main protagonist has a scrapbook shop. So there you go. So I just bought this one, Ming Tea Murder, but I had the two next already in my TBR, and I'm one of those people, I cannot read. I have to read a series of books in series. For instance, if somebody says, oh, you really, really, really have to read the series, but the only book, and there's like 10 books in it, and the only one I can find to start is the third, I will wait. I will wait until I can find the first, because I need to read the books from 1 through. So I had the two next in this series. Just found Ming Tea Murder over on Chapters, got it, and I started it, and I'm up to chapter number 3. And then on the other hand, another book that I just bought recently or at the same time, and I say here, when I'm not being entertained by a fun and easy read cozy, I enjoy non-fiction, historical récits or biographies. I found this one by accident. just browsing through the chapters website, and then I think I went on to Google and Goodreads to see what it was about and get some of the ratings. And this is a true story of two British sisters during the war, and how they became spies and how courageous they were, and how after the war they both lived a very sheltered, almost reclusive life. And this is a journalist that met up, I believe it's with a niece, and went through a lot of the things in one of the sisters, the second sister, I guess, after she died. And it is the story of their life during the war and somewhat after, I believe, and how it may have affected them and affected their lives. So that's what I have on my reading right now. What are you reading right now? Are you a reader? What types of books do you like to read? Have I asked that before? What genres are yours? Do you flip-flop? Do you read more than, here's one. Do you read more than one book at a time? I will, if it's sort of a fiction and nonfiction, or two very different types of book. I will not read two Cozies at once. That would confuse my little brain. I'll get the two books mixed up. But I will more than likely be reading these two together, depending on how I feel. After a very long and busy day, I'll be reading this, and perhaps when I'm a little bit more relaxed on the weekend and want a little bit of an hour of more meaningful reading, I will pick this one up. So there you go. Leave me your answers below. Leave me your comments below. And next week we will be back to my story, the first 60 years. See you then. Bye.